Welcome back. Welcome back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Ken Jones again. Welcome back to the show with no name. Make sure you like and subscribe. Turn on your notifications if you fucking with the content. And I'm pretty sure you do if you're back for another episode. Not only like, comment, subscribe, make sure you share the content amongst your friends and family. But hey, this boy Ken Jones is funny than a motherfucker. If you like that, please spread the word. Okay? That's what we're here for. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I hope everybody had a good day. We got some really good content lined up for tonight. This is actually like part 2 of my stream. I did it yesterday. I didn't like the way how it came out. I was losing internet connection. And I honestly got kind of buzzed where I felt like the words I was saying were getting slurred. My mouth was getting dry. Y'all, I don't drink like I used to. I'm 35 years old. It doesn't really have anything to do with age. I think people who are older than me can drink more than me. It's just my diet and my focus. You know, I do like a drink every now and then, but I feel like I could drink like a strong liquor, like tequila, like even like a shot or two of tequila. That's like once a month. And tequila is my go-to hard liquor. Okay, I can't even finish a can of beer. It's so crazy. Last night I was trying to stream. Well, I was streaming, and I had a huckleberry flavor hard cider. All right, I'm drinking that, and it's about this size. It's about this size. Shout out to Arizona tea, man. Shout out to Arizona. This is green tea cucumber with citrus. Hey, Arizona, keep doing your fucking thing. If anybody goes more than 99 cents, I am going to report their ass. Trust and believe me. I'm going full Karen in that stuff. Fuck y'all. How dare you go up more than 99 cents? Man, take the shit off the set. Take the shit off the shelves. Anyway, so yeah, it's about that size. I'm halfway in. I'm already buzzed. I'm going in and out. I'm getting sleepy. Yo, can't drink no more. I suck. I'm trying to, I still got like a half a can of Michelob Ultra, and I love Michelob Ultra, but I can't finish a can that size. Man, I streamed the other night with the gang. It's not posted yet, but I was trying to finish the whole can. I still got more beer in there. And then, because I was trying to chug it while I streamed and talk. When I got through with that stream, y'all, man, I had gas so bad. It made my stomach so bad. I had to go to the bathroom. My body's like, man, what the fuck is you thinking? Like, why would you put yourself through that? I'm like, man, I just want to chill and have a beer and enjoy it. And I can't really enjoy it because my body just rejects it, you know? Then, you know, my fiance, she has a Hispanic family. And then the dads in the family and the guys in the family, like, they drink Modelo and beer, Coronas and all that kind of shit. I can barely finish it. I'm telling you, give me a can of beer. It better be just regular sized can of beer. If it's a tall can, man, I'm doing the best I can. I'm drinking it. I guess you could say I'm babysitting now, but it's kind of embarrassing. I can take a shot. I can finish a shot. I'm getting to the point where I might need to chase it now. I hate to admit that. But when it comes to the beer, man, I'm drinking. I'm trying to finish that whole, but I might end up pouring the rest of that shit out. And I'm trying to sneak it too. I'm trying to go behind the tree and just pour the rest out. Pour the rest of the beer out. Hey, kid, what you doing? Oh, this is for the dead homies. Okay, yeah, it's for the dead homies. I say the last of the beer for them. Take it how you want it. Take it how you want it. I don't care. Call me lightweight. I'm pretty health conscious, especially more than I am now. You know, I know for myself. I know I'm kind of rambling. We're 5 minutes in, but I'm about to get through and we're gonna move on to the next segment. Yeah, I'm really health conscious now more than ever, especially when it comes to my calories, my fasting. I know what's best for my body to lose weight in an efficient, healthy way besides just fasting when it comes to be eating certain food. But man, when I am resting, and the place I work at too, man, I went to my work earlier. I ain't worked today, but I went there to work on my schedule about something, and they had donuts today. I am a donut fiend. If I am off and if I am going out to get something, my mind is like, go get a donut. You out already? Just go grab one. And I don't grab one. I grab more than one. I love donuts. I don't know why. I just do. I love donuts, I love cupcakes. I love pizza, you know. And I know I'm really bad when it comes to like gluten stuff. Like it's gonna make my stomach like really bulge and bloated. So I'm trying to stay like the best health conscious as I can. I would do it every now and then. I make it to the point where I earned it just enough. Or if I'm going to eat it, I'm going to work my ass off just as much as I can just to burn those calories away. And the way I work out pretty hardcore and efficient. I do supersets on everything that I do. So, and my heart rate is always going up to 130 to 150. Keep that heart rate up. More heart rate it is, more calories you burn, all that kind of shit. Anyway, um, then to go ahead and move on. Enough about my health. Enough about me being a total fat ass and a lightweight when it comes to drinking. Hey, shout out to. Oh no. Yeah, I ain't gonna say it on live right now. I just know that my top coat and everything coming off. I got working man hands. I don't do good with top coat. My top coats do not last at all. Like I know I'm trying to protect the nail, but these hands are look at these hands. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, look at that. These are working man hands. I pick shit up and put shit down. So let's get to it. What's going on with current events right now? The Avengers Doomsday trailer dropped yesterday. If anybody that's a dedicated Marvel MCU fan, shout out. Shout out to the comic book readers out there, the dedicated fans. I'm a dedicated fan through and through. All right. I'm not going to do a trailer reaction. I'm not going to do a trailer reaction. I saw it and everybody doing their reaction right now. I would try to do it on the show right now, but it wouldn't be authentic. And I feel like I didn't want to wait. So I want to say if there's a next trailer coming up, because they usually do about 3 trailers for a movie. Like you got 1, 2, and then you got the final trailer. All right. So we might do one if they drop another one, but we'll see. And for those who saw the trailer, here's my opinion about it. This is my honest review. Okay. By watching that trailer, it did not give me nowhere near hype like Infinity War. Sorry. It didn't give me anywhere hype like Endgame. The Infinity War movie is the biggest height of excitement I've ever been when it comes to a teaser, trailer, and the whole movie itself. Reason why I say that, and I know y'all people like, it's Dr. Doom and it's Doomsday. And like, look, I get it, but here's the big difference between Doomsday and the Infinity War and also Endgame to throw that in there. We have been building up for Thanos to show his face since the first event. I hope y'all know that. Ever since the first Avengers had came out, that's when the transition and the level of building up every single in credit scene from every movie when it comes to the Avengers or the top 3 like Captain America, Thor, Iron Man movie, and so on and so forth. Guardians of the Galaxy was also part of that build up as well too. When Thanos had walked up to the gloves and fine, I'll do it myself. You gotta understand the magnitude of finally seeing Thanos in action to go against the Avengers, because we're talking about years of dedicated work, trailer breakdowns. What's the theory of the next phase is coming up in the MCU? We're talking about phases 1 through 4, okay? We're at least talking about 4 to 5 years of build up, of perfection of an Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame movie. Endgame is not really that perfect, because this is why I don't like how they did the Hulk. They did the Hulk dirty in that. And Infinity War too. I'll throw that, like in both movies, they did them dirty. But that's the magnitude difference between the Thanos hype and the Doctor Doom hype. Doctor Doom just got thrown in there in the last minute. He got thrown up in there. Let's be real. When the multiverse saga has started after Endgame, it was a build up towards the multiverse of madness. Okay. We starting to see Loki. Loki was the build up towards the next big bad. Okay. So multiverse got started with WandaVision. They dropped WandaVision first, and then Falcon and the Winter Soldier followed up with that. And then you had Loki. Then Loki was introduced to the next big bad, was Kang the Conqueror. All right. So we were getting ready to have this hype build up for the next big bad, was Kang the Conqueror. And what they were doing with that was really getting to another next level of excitement. Like we saw what happened in Loki season 1. Then then we saw Ant-Man Quantumania. Ant-Man Quantumania could have been better. I'm not gonna lie to you. Ant-Man Quantumania could have been better. But who made the movie up for me was Jonathan Majors. Okay, he made the movie up for me. Honestly, the way how they written that, they were going through a lot of writing issues during the 21, 22 at that time. So yeah, Ant-Man should have died. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Ant-Man should have died and then follow up to another part of Kang. But it was going towards Council of King, so I'm like, all right, we can work with that. But that's fucking dope. We get to see Council of Kings. Like, dude, this is a lot, you know? And then the situation with Jonathan Majors and the white girl. Then Disney got involved and pulled a fucking Johnny Depp. They let him go because of a situation that on video looked like he had assaulted the girl. When in reality, when you look at multiple angles and hear the reports, like they did Jonathan Major dirty, they set him up, all kind of shit. So we lost a great black villain that was going to change the MCU forever. Okay. Now we have to throw in Doctor Doom at the last minute to make sense of everything that's about to happen. I don't know how they're gonna make sense. I hope it makes sense, y'all. When this movie come out, I am so skeptical. I ain't never been so skeptical of a Avengers movie in my life because y'all better make this work with this last minute decision because y'all could have just easily recast Kane. Y'all could have just fucking recast him if they just kept it going. That simply would have been it. I get it. It's like, all right, well, now we have to retcon a whole image of a villain and place them with the. Y'all have done it before. This is not y'all first time replacing a whole actor for a character. Prime example, Terrence Howard was originally the War Machine, and he's supposed to be the next one to be War Machine. But Terrence Howard got to talking that shit. He did. He got to talking that shit, and they took him out. And then we got Don Cheadle, which still is a great. Hey, the dark skinned man won. Give us the dark skinned War Machine. Get that light skinned motherfucker out of here. I'm not complaining, but it's a completely different look. When y'all did that, y'all wasn't saying nothing. Another example, when William Hurt, the general, that one that was for, well, he was technically against the Avengers, like having the right to use their powers, but he was solely against it. He hated the Hulk, but we replaced William Hurt with Harrison Ford. So if y'all don't mind transitioning, like simply to make things work, and then it's not like y'all did an honorable thing to just kill off the general's character. No, y'all replaced him real quick. I ain't wasting no time. So y'all could have done that with Kane. So I'm sorry, this is my rant real quick. I want to say there's just so many things that we could have made it work with Kane, besides having this drastic change to put Dr. Doom in there. And we don't even have enough time to build up a hype with Dr. Doom. Only thing that's hyping Dr. Doom is played by Robert Downey Jr. That's it. We got Robert Downey Jr. back, and we got him back as the big bad villain of all time, Dr. Doom. And I'm like, okay, I hope y'all gonna make sense out of this. And I heard his accent, Bavarian accent in the trailer, Robert Downey Jr. And Robert Downey Jr., he's a talented actor. Robert Downey Jr. is at least fucking top 10 in Hollywood that can really play a fuck out of a role if he studies it just well enough. He's my top 10 because we talking about an actor who played as a black dude in Tropic Thunder. Robert Downey Jr. gets my support just out of doing that. So playing as a dude named Kurt Lazarus, and then y'all just have to watch Tropic Thunder. I'm not gonna go into that. But I want to say, with this going on right now, I have no excitement. I'm just really skeptical. And then they got to release the Avengers Endgame again. They're releasing it in September, and not only they're releasing it, they added 7 minutes of footage, or probably more than that, to explain what really happened after the time heist. What really happened at the Endgame? Like, was it really Kane setting everything up? Or does Dr. Doom comes in and just knocks Kane out of the picture? There has been rumors that they had Jonathan Majors come back and did some footage, play some roles. You have to bring in Jonathan Majors. You have to do it for the fans. The fans was really fucking with Jonathan Majors as Kane the Con, especially those black people. Marvel Studios, please don't do us dirty like that. All right? If anything that we love the most, and especially Stan Lee, who loved the most out of black people, is black representation. Stan Lee died for make sure that black people had the proper black representation for us comic book readers. All right, him and Jack Kirby. Shout out to Jack Kirby. I'm not gonna say it's just Stan Lee. Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, both of them. Okay, so all I know, hey, Russo brothers, Kevin Feige, y'all better make sense out of this. I mean, while I saw it was dope, you know, got to saw Mystique, get to see Gambit, Cyclops in his classic uniform and shit. What else happened in the trailer? I mean, everybody come together, reuniting on all that shit. And they need to make sense. Like, Ant-Man saw this coming. In Quantumania, Ant-Man saw and witnessed and experienced the big bad before anybody else encountered what's about to happen. So y'all better know, y'all better write the fuck out of this to make sense out of it, okay? Because we got that going on, and then I got this one video queued up. Saw it yesterday. We're gonna get into it. Where somebody had interviewed Kevin Feige and talked to him about Blade, actually, and how he feels about Blade not getting the movie done. So let me go ahead and cue this up real quick. And let's break this down. So the Blade had got announced in 2019, right after Endgame. Kevin Feige had introduced a new wave, a new multiverse that's coming through, and introducing new characters that's coming along and all this kind of shit. The biggest hype about Comic-Con in 2019 was Blade. It wasn't really anything else. It was fucking Blade. And we got Mahershala Ali to come in there, put that Blade hat on, and everybody was like, man, it is fucking on. Blade's back. Let's fucking go. Let's do this. All right. And time passes by. And the rumors that I was hearing about Blade was getting worse, and fucking worse. Yes, they were writing scripts that really didn't have anything to do with action of Blade or killing vampires. They were doing it in a way where they're going to pass down to his fucking daughter. And Mahershala Ali did not feel the fucking script. They kept going back and forth with the script. Like, y'all gonna have to rewrite this shit. Because what's the point of me signing on to be Blade if after the first season you're gonna pass it on to my daughter? That does not make sense, okay? And yes, Kevin Feige should absolutely be a fucking loser for that shit. At the same time, it could have been more on Kevin Feige. The owner put a lot on Kevin Feige at the Endgame, and they did focus on quantity than quality. They focused a lot of bullshit shows and some special presentations and some movies that really did not have to be involved in the MCU at all. They would introduce the things and they took them out, add some in, and then took some more back out. They put too much in where Kevin Feige could focus on them. Reason why from phase 1 all the way to Endgame was so fucking great is that Feige had enough time and opportunity to put his hands on projects, which mainly was movies, where he could do one thing and another and like, okay, this Spider-Man Far From Home, he had enough time to work on those projects because it wasn't so much. And then after that, the CEO Bob Iger of Disney got too fucking greedy, and it got to the point where none of everything did not matter for Blade anymore. Mahershala Ali was getting ready to step down, and then I believe that's when Kevin Feige really stepped in and got involved. And Kevin Feige was like, you know what, we gonna have to drop this shit. Y'all gonna have to rewrite this whole shit. And they were already going through COVID. And then they were already going through the writer's strike. So it was a lot of shit going on where it was just too much. I believe it was too much for Kevin Feige to handle. What they should have done, like what Tyrone had said, which is a good fucking point, all you had to do is just really stick to what y'all was doing. Like with Captain America Civil War, Black Panther, the Infinity War, keep that flow of shit going. Just pay attention to the comic books. Pay attention what fans are really looking for. Because nobody really ain't asking for no Blade daughter. Who the fuck gives a fuck about Blade daughter? No disrespect to Blade's daughter. I'm not disrespecting the female superheroes or anything like that. But we're talking about years of waiting for Blade to come back and have a big role in any Avengers movie or any spin-off superhero movie. Just like how Black Panther and Spider-Man got introduced, we waiting on Blade to jump in and give us some action. Like, where are we going? What are we doing? Y'all just gonna write a script, make it dramatic, but no action until like the last 2 episodes or something like that. And here's the thing, and I pulled this up. And we're gonna talk about this right now, okay? We're gonna break this down where I can guarantee you on what Disney had did. Gigi, you really, Gigi? You know what? I'm gonna let you do your thing. All right. So here's a list of the MCU and Marvel shows and movies that came out in order. As you can see, like in 2016 all the way down. Okay? And then everything that's highlighted in green, everything I highlighted in green, that's Disney had worked on that. Okay? And then everything else like the Runaway, Agents of Shield, that was really produced under Hulu before Disney actually got involved. So, all right, we're in 2018. Let's go down to 2019. Okay, Captain Marvel came out 2019. And then after Captain Marvel, you have Avengers Endgame dropped in 2019, like I said. And then right after that, I believe they had the Comic-Con somewhere between here or after Spider-Man Far From Home. Okay, so after 2019, we got announced in 2019 we got announced with Blade. Okay, now we're waiting on to see what they're gonna do with Blade. But then you had these shows coming out. Originally, it was supposed to drop in 2020, but COVID happened, and then the writer's strike happened right after that, during that, and then WandaVision, Falcon, and Loki got dropped the same year. They didn't get dropped in the order they supposed to, but we got WandaVision. WandaVision introduced us into a possible multiverse. And Falcon Winter Soldier, that was like a soft introduction on the next Captain America movie. Then Loki introduced the next big bad, Kang the Conqueror, right? Now, we're going to go through the list of shows after that. We're in 2021, y'all. Black Widow should have never fucking happened. It should have just been a series, but I know why they made it a movie. Apparently, there was a contract issue going on where they owed Scarlett Johansson some money. Scarlett was about to sue him, and I believe that it worked up a deal for her to film Black Widow and get some money out of that. But that budget that they worked on, they used for Black Widow, that promo and all that shit, that's a waste of fucking time. Because how Black Widow is going to be big enough to make a movie, but Hawkeye gets a TV series. Make that make sense. I'm not saying Black Widow is not a dope character, but when you watch the Avengers and when you read the comic books between these characters and stuff, they're just about the same and equal. All right? Shang-Chi was a dope movie. We're in 2021, yeah. We're in 2021. Eternals, people have a love or hate for Eternals. I don't mind Eternals. I would say most of my homeboys hated the Eternals, but I'm fucking with it. Spider-Man No Way Home, best Spider-Man movie to come out so far. Then you got Moon Knight. Moon Knight is one of my favorite Marvel characters. He's complicated, but he's fucking dope. This show right here, this show could have waited, to tell you the truth. Moon Knight should have just been an introduction through another show. It didn't need its own standalone show. Like I said, I think this is one of those shows that they use a name to make money out of and said, fuck it, we'll figure it out after that. Okay? Moon Knight doesn't really tie, it didn't really tie to what's supposed to happen next. It didn't lead towards the next big bad. It's just there. Okay? Multiverse of Madness. You got Miss Marvel. Y'all. Miss Marvel should have never been a show. I'm gonna be real with you. Miss Marvel should have just been like an introduction to a movie or another main show or something. I think that was another cash grab. It really pissed me off when they try to add Miss Marvel as a mutant. And these things right here, as Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, Thor: Love and Thunder, that is one of the as one of the main Avengers, like one of the faces of it. All right, Thor: Love and Thunder is a one of the biggest L's, or probably the biggest L's out of the MCU for a movie to come out, because we shouldn't have a Thor to be this goofy. Taika Waititi, I hope that you get the COVID diarrhea and have endless amount of shits until you have to get a new butthole renewed. Iconic Marvel character's time, and you really wasted a dope villain. Gore the God Butcher should have not been defeated by a bunch of fucking kids. In the comic books, it took three Thors, three of them, past, present, and future, from different times of the universe, different times of the parallel universe, to defeat Gore the God Butcher. How dare you? And this is what I'm saying right here. After Endgame, in 2019, Disney had a huge explosion in the mind and said, fuck it, we just gonna throw all this shit in here. And this is everything from WandaVision to all the way down to 2022. Into 2023. This is too many projects for Kevin Feige to really keep up with. He's like, I can only focus on one thing at a time, and he's one of the people got to make sure that it's going to the right direction where it's going to make sense to lead towards the next big bad. So I believe Kevin Feige's focus was really on Loki, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man for sure, Doctor Strange. I don't feel like Kevin Feige was really overlooking that, because Elizabeth Olsen was really, this is not only the writers, the producers, but the actors had a lot of say so in how they want their characters portrayed in the movie, because Elizabeth Olsen had told in the interview that she wanted Scarlet Witch to be a strong, independent mother. I'm like, the fuck? Why? Why? Oh, I just want to take a different approach. Stop taking fucking different approach. Stay true to its character. Just like what they said in Tropic Thunder. Don't go full retard. Just stay where you at. Why you got to do this extra shit? So you telling me of all these scenes and everything that we had build up your love for Vision. Vision died for you twice. Died, rewind in time, and died again. And he died a third time in WandaVision. Technically. And then when Multiverse of Madness come out, there's no representation of Vision anywhere. It's just you and the kids. He's a runaway father. So you telling me Vision left to go get some milk and did not come back? Y'all doing Vision like that in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness? What's wrong with you? I can't believe y'all let that slide. Like, there was no say so about it. Like, no, like we're gonna have to stick what makes sense and what stays true to the character. Like, the leading cause of Scarlet Witch to go dark was leading up to Vision passing away. And then the kids followed. Because when she lost Vision, that's when WandaVision was created. So you cannot sit here and tell me that the main pinnacle of this movie, of you having a family, but Vision not included, it's really pissing me off when I think about it all the time. And then Miss Marvel. Who the fuck went in Miss Marvel at the last episode and wrote down like she's gonna be a mutant, and that was an introduction for her to be a mutant? Who the fuck letting that slide at Disney? Y'all don't, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense for Kevin Feige to let that happen, because Kevin Feige does a lot of research on these characters. He stayed dedicated to the craft. That's why phase 1 to Endgame was damn near perfect. She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, I think I think it could have been a lot more better. They made She-Hulk look like a Hulk. They really did. They could have done justice with a character just a little bit better. And then there's no leading towards the next big bad. They were trying to do like a soft introduction into World War Hulk, maybe, or Planet Hulk. I don't know where they were trying to go with She-Hulk at the end of the season. That's another thing too. Like when you actually, and this is the struggle of people who are dedicated to the MCU. This is a struggle for us Marvel fans. If you really sat down and taken the time to watch these movies and shows, and even though you may not like it, but you have to watch it so you can see what's going to happen in the MCU next. As far as we know, we don't know where they're going to go with the Hulk after this. I mean, we do now with Spider-Man coming up, but his son is actually on Earth. And what the fuck happened with him? Werewolf by Night. Werewolf by Night was a special presentation. Werewolf by Night was good. Let me just go straight to the point. I'm gonna name out a number of unnecessary shows that Disney had dropped. That's a waste of fucking time. And I'll tell you why. Because remember, like I said, Blade was announced in 2019. So let me start after 2019. Black Widow should have never happened. That's one. It could have been a series. So I want to say that's a maybe. Black Widow is a maybe. Okay. Moon Knight, I'd rather them take Moon Knight out. All right, so that's basically one. Got one in the possible. Ms. Marvel, two. Ms. Marvel was definitely a waste of fucking time. Okay. Ms. Marvel should have been introduced like through a movie or a show. Thor Love and Thunder. Thor Love and Thunder should have fucking waited. That's a whole budget and promos out the air. Gone. So that's three. She-Hulk. That's a possible. It allowed us to introduce Daredevil, and that was pretty dope. That's what made the show for me. They introduced Daredevil. They threw him in there. So we got three in a possible. Okay. Secret Invasion. That was a waste of a fucking show, even though they had Samuel Jackson in it. You know, shout out to Samuel Jackson. But after the show, where the scrolls at? Secret Invasion is a big comic book. It's not super huge, but it was a good read because you don't know who's who, and you still don't know who's who. So that's another plot hole out of a MCU. Where the scrolls at after this shit is said and done? Okay, so Secret Invasion. That's a waste of show. That should have been gone. That should have never been made. The Marvel was good. I enjoyed the Marvels, and that's what I'm saying. The Marvels. That's when Miss Marvel should have been introduced. Honestly, like they should have just thrown Miss Marvel in there, kind of like how they did with Spider-Man. Like just throw these characters in with the superpowers and everything already happened and built. I mean, she cool and everything, but no, I don't really give a fuck about the origin story of Miss Marvel. All right. So anyway, let me not stay on that. What If series was pretty good. Echo. All right. Who in the fuck in the Marvel Studios that sat down and said, "Hey, we really fucking with Echo. Echo don't get enough credit. Y'all should let Echo have a show." I'm telling you, people on the streets talking about Echo. Who in the fuck in their right mind want to sit there and watch some shit about some Echo. Y'all just saying that because we got a show about a blind man coming up. Let's shout out to the deaf people. No disrespect to the deaf people, even though y'all may not be able to hear this, but nobody talking about no fucking Echo. If you want this shit falling on deaf ears for real. Let me stop talking about deaf people. All I'm trying to say is Echo is a waste of a fucking budget. Cause who around here really, I know they threw in Kingpin a little bit in Echo and try to tell more of a story with the Kingpin. Nobody don't really remember that story about Echo. What was the point of that? Because Echo wasn't even introduced in Daredevil season 1 and 2 anyway. So what the fuck? So this is 4 or 5. Agatha all on. Who gives a fuck about Agatha the Harkness? Honestly. Yes, the person who played as Agatha, she was a great character. She's a great actor. She don't get enough credit. But the Agatha really deserves a show. We got to see Agatha, the big bad, in WandaVision. That's cool. But ain't nobody trying to find the time. And this is another problem that I witnessed with a lot of the MCU fans of what we struggle in dealing with. You telling me these shows that you're dropping, this feels like homework right now. We're given English literature to read on or study on, where it ain't got nothing for us to do when the final comes around. This is unnecessary homework. Because where's Agatha all alone transition to after the season is over and done with? All we got was Wicked. Wicked was pretty cool. Shout out to Wicked. You know, Wicked got the powers like his mama. And now they're gonna go and try to find the other brother and what to do with him. This doesn't transition to anything to the next big bad. All these shows and movies that I'm breaking down, it doesn't build up towards anything. It's going to Agatha all along will transition to like a majestic part of something coming up, like possibly like Scarlet Witch movie coming out, which I believe honestly there's really no point of wasting time for a Scarlet Witch movie. It's really no point. Please, it's too many things y'all trying to focus on. Y'all need to focus on what's going to be the main key players of the MCU timeline. That's it. If Wanda is the Scarlet Witch and coming in with no House of M purpose, then don't waste my fucking time with another Scarlet Witch to be the next big bad in the movie. Please, leave that shit on the shelf. And what else? Ironheart. Oh, yeah. Ironheart. Okay. Ironheart was okay. But was it enough where it was worth to have her own show? Not yet. Honestly. This shouldn't have been the show. They really just thrown Ironheart in there. Okay? And I think they really thrown it in there to get more views out of the black culture, in my opinion. And the way it ended, it just focused on like a spiritual transition towards something. We got the introduction of Mephisto. Now Mephisto does play a part of Dr. Doom being the reason for who he is, because Dr. Doom's mom sold the soul to Mephisto. So Dr. Doom goal is to be like this great sorcerer on trying to get his mom back. So I can see that, but they still could have went a different way. So let's break this down. All right, so we got Wonder Man. Wonder Man is a really great show. It was original. It was organic. Like you really felt something out of watching this show. All right. And then it did show like an aftermath of everything of heroes working amongst people and all kind of shit. But anyway, Wonder Man can be key. He could be necessary. All right. I can see them using Wonder Man for something. And the Punisher, one last kill. Hey, salute to John. Shout out to John Berthal or Barenthal, however you say his name. He is one of my favorite actors. One last kill was just purely action based. It didn't lead towards anything. It was just thrown in there as a special presentation. And like I said, we're watching this because we're trying to see what happens. Now, it really felt like homework just watching this. So, the Punisher, I honestly, I really could have just waited. Like the one last kill, the Punisher one last kill, this honestly could have waited after Spider-Man or something like that. You know? So, let's break this down. One, Moon Knight in the Blade show, at least the last episode or something like that, right? Especially after Werewolf by Night, because Werewolf by Night was an introduction of magic and mystical monsters and creatures in a way. So it's kind of like a monster universe that does exist. All right. And then it could have been somewhere that had transitioned and sneaked into the Earth 616, but ain't nobody was really talking about it, you know, because everybody was so focused on the Snap, Spider-Man, Iron Man, but somewhere in the deep parts of New York or whatever the place they decided to be, there are actually hidden vampires, kind of like New Orleans. In New Orleans, everybody's worried about voodoo. And then you have people who are voodoo priests turning people into zombies. I'm not bullshit. Uh, Whenever you get a chance, you can look it up on YouTube. You see what I'm talking about. But this is what I'm saying. Like after Werewolf by Night, this could have been introduced to like a pattern for Blade to come out. And then with Blade coming out, then Blade are dealing with vampires. And then you got Moon Knight coming in there doing his own thing without no origin story, because we need to have a slow introduction of the Midnight Suns, because we're getting to the point where it's monsters, and then Mephisto could have been slowly introduced into Blade as well too, along with potentially Ghost Rider. These shows, these projects and everything really could have introduced other potential characters. You get what I'm saying? Um, because Agatha all alone was was really was really somewhat of a waste. We had about at least 7 to 8 shows as a waste of fucking time. All right. But do you get what I'm saying? If it was so much, if it was focused too much on 2023 or 2022 at least, it is supposed to have came out, I believe, in 2022 or 2023. But they kept pushing it, pushing it, pushing it, you know? Um, and then in Armor Wars, in Armor Wars, not only you would have been introducing Ironheart or everything or anything in a way, like you could have had like another introductions of a slow, you know. So what did I take out? So I said Moon Knight could have got introduced in Blade series and a potential Ghost Rider. All right. And I remember they was talking about Ghost Rider a lot. It was getting rumored a lot. Okay. Um, what I say? Armor Wars. Armor Wars could have had like a shield thing going on, probably like a potential secret invasion or something like that. Maybe, maybe. Um, where Rhodey, Vision, and Ironheart teaming up in some kind of way, you know. And then they could have had put something in there like with Armor Wars leading to Captain America Brave New World or something like that. And then go on from there. It is so many things that and She-Hulk could have been She-Hulk. I don't see She-Hulk in Blade. I see She-Hulk probably in Armor Wars. I can see She-Hulk probably like she probably let's like I said, for example, I think She-Hulk could have had got introduced into Thunderbolts, maybe because Captain America is trying to sue the Thunderbolts for the new name for the Avengers. And she could have just stepped in and been like the attorney to fight for that case. I could see that going on. And then the actor who played as She-Hulk, she's kind of upset about it. Uh, we got hit at the last minute. Oh Lord, it's an hour and 5 minutes in. Okay, let me take it off this share screen. So I'm gonna have to try to edit this.